Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your girl, Becky D, live in the morning, 5 days a week at 7 a.m. As you can see, it's a little bit past 7 a.m. this morning. Done by design right there, you guys. All right. Those of you who are anticipating that 7 o'clock, it was like, yep, got it on, ready to go. That's nice. What about when you're late? What about when things don't happen quite at the time that you're expecting it to happen? All right. Now, I do want to apologize about the quality of the audio right now. Because I decided to make sure it was late, I definitely have to do this in the car. So it's a little interesting right now, but it's all good. Um, but yeah, what happens? What happens when you're late, right? So many of us in life, we think we're behind, right? We think that we're not as advanced or where we should be when we're comparing ourselves to others, right? Oh man, my classmate just bought their second house, and um, oh goodness, she already on her third child, and all these things, right? But I got a bigger question: who tracking? Who cares? Why do we constantly compare ourselves to other people and their lives? Why are we doing that? If we continue to focus on our race and what we need and where we're going, I don't see why the comparison is needed. That's all I'm saying. So what we need to focus on and remember is that if we continue to run our own race, continue to focus on our seed and our garden, and if we continue to just focus on the things that we need to get done in life, we'll never feel like we're late. We'll never feel as though we're 5 steps behind, right? Because it'll be nearly impossible because we are focusing on us, right? This is that selfish time right here. Because if you really think about it, why do I need to constantly compare myself to other people when they're doing different things than me, right? That friend that may be on their second house, right? Nice house, bigger house, got a pool and everything, right? I really don't know anybody that's done that, so don't feel like I'm speaking from experience or anything. But that does sound like a nice house with the pool. So they got all these things, right? I'm mad, I'm jealous, and all these other things. I got a lot of envy spewing from me. I don't know their circumstance. They're probably house poor, as my mom will put it. They put all their money and investments into the house, and they're struggling month to month to pay it off. But it look good. Host a lot of parties, right? That kid, that person that's on like their 50th kid compared to my zero, and I'm pushing 35. Guess what? I don't know their story. They probably were trying for months and months and months, and after miscarriages and all these other circumstances of life that happens to people, they finally were successful. And then they attempted again and were successful again. And I don't know their story. I don't know their pain. I don't know their struggle, but I am going to cheer for them in the midst of me being considered late. So this morning, I'm not late. I'm right on time. I'm right on time for those that needed to be a few minutes late this morning, for those who are still adjusting to the time switch, for those of us who are still transitioning into different aspects of our life that are continuing to elevate us upward and not sideways, right? I don't know about you, but I hate when somebody say, yeah, I'm making boss moves, and they make a lateral move instead of a vertical move, right? I was like, boss moves isn't necessarily just like playing the same field you was on. Boss moves is elevating you into a new playing field that nobody saw coming before, okay? So all us boss move making people out there, I got a question. Are we elevating ourselves, or are we just levitating, okay? Are we just kind of floating on the same plane and not really going any place that's going to take us and lift us up higher? That is what we have to answer today, okay? So you're not late. You're not behind. I don't know what time frame you're on. Some of us crazy little kids, when we were growing up, we was like, yeah, I'm going to be married to the man of my dreams by 25. I'm going to have kids when I'm 30. And in the time I'm 40, I'm going to retire. That is all lovely. And it is all very doable. But, honey, it's called life. like to say when I play and God laughs because it's very true. He was like, "Oh, that's cute. Yeah, yeah. We see your plans, okay? But I got something else bigger in mind for you, okay?" When I was a kid and I decided what I was going to do with my life, I everybody already knew I was gonna be Auntie Becky forever. Okay, they already knew I was not going to personally have my own kids. Um, it wasn't something that I dreamed of. I didn't want to be married. I didn't want to be any of those things. Right? It was like, no, I'm not gonna be married. I'm gonna be Auntie Becky forever. Those kids come to me and we gonna hang out. We gonna have a good time. They coming over to Auntie Becky house and we just go do all the fun kid stuff. Cause I'm a big kid at heart, right? And then life has a funny way of just showing you. It's like, oh, okay, that's what you said. All right, we'll show you. So I was young when I said this, and young when it happened. I want to use the word trusting with help raising two specific individuals in my life, and I'm thankful for it because to me, it made me a better person. It made me Becky. It helped me see the world through another lens. And while some people say, "Oh, you had to grow up a little early or whatever," no, I didn't have to grow up early. I was still a kid. I felt like I grew it up early a little bit, but it was the trusting of me with a younger life. To this day, I'm still trusted with their lives, and I'm still trying to do right by them, and still trying to take care of them, and just make sure that I constantly stay in their life and do the things that I can do as the extra parent that I am to them. Okay. Then along came Polly, and somehow, some way, I got married. I don't know. I don't know what was going through my head, right? But these things have happened on a timeline that I didn't even invent. I didn't even think of, but I wasn't late, right? All my classmates seemed like they was married by 22, right? I'm way past that age. But the thing is, I wasn't on anybody's timeline. I just knew that I wanted to retire by the time I turned 50, and then think about a kid or two, probably adopt one or two of them, and we hang out and we just do, fun stuff. I could be more present in the classroom. Like, I was working it all out. And people say, "Oh, well, you're gonna be too old. You can't keep up with them." Baby, age ain't nothing but a number, right? So stop limiting ourselves to a number, and let's start living in those light years that we are living in right now. See, we put ourselves in annual years, right? We put ourselves in days, but our time is measured by light. So you're not late, baby. You're not behind. You're just on a whole different timeline. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the view. You guys, my name is Becky D with Becky D in the morning, and I will definitely be talking with you y'all tomorrow morning.